It's the Talk Titans Racing League as we're here for Tier 3 tonight at Baku for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We're coming towards the closing stages here of the qualifying session. There's 5 minutes left on the clock right now. We've got currently Shane on provisional pole position, the driver who recently joined the Red Arrows League, which we're going to be covering tomorrow night. I imagine he'll be out on track for that one. But Shane is currently setting the pace here ahead of Ocean Blade in second, and not by a small margin either. It is by an absolute mile. Shane currently 7/10 clear at the top of the leaderboard, so that is absolutely unbelievable there from Shane. As we see Salates there, just gone up into fourth place with that latest lap there. It's done a 39.6 on that previous attempt. We've also got Blazer Guns here, who seems to be coming into the pits. It's done coming up P5 at the moment, but it's Shane currently from Ocean Blade with Joe Louis and Salate's currently on the second row as things stand. Then you've got Blazer Guns, who's fifth ahead of Wes, with Zainu seventh, Richie Chapper currently in eighth place at the moment. You've got Jordan Hilio ninth, and Glenn rounding out the top 10 here in Q3 at the moment, but Glenn's still yet to do a lap, so hopefully we keep our fingers crossed here that Glenn gets a lap in before the end of this session and gets it somewhat competitive here, because always root for Glenn a little bit, seeing as he is a two-time champion at Bad Boy Sector, which is the league that helped me to start my comeback to commentating. So obviously shout out to them and shout out to Glenn as well. But as we're 3.5 minutes away from the end of this qualifying session here, so got a couple of drivers who are on out laps. Joe Louis and Jordan Hillier have got themselves back out onto the circuit, ready to have another crack here at this Baku City circuit tonight. Joe Louis as well be looking to pump in a time which will be maybe good enough for a front row, seeing as he's less than 1/10 of a second away from Ocean Blade at the moment. So potential's definitely there, but has he got the composure to deliver it when it counts? Wes also on a lap as well, or on an out lap should I say. So we've got Jordan Hillier just coming up towards the line now, about to start a lap. Joe Louis already on a lap at the moment. Let's jump on board with the McLaren, see what sort of sector times we're doing through to sector 1. Out of turn 2 we go, and down the long straight towards 3, the twisty section of the track. The pure street circuit part of this one. Obviously it's all street circuit, but this part is where it really feels like it could be at Monaco or something like that. Let's keep an eye on the top right hand corner. It's a long first sector, this one. So Joe Louis is currently 2/10 up through sector 1. So as it stands, he'd already be up on the front row of the grid, but I think the track's ramping up, and that's going to only improve here in these last couple of minutes of the session, with everybody out there trying to improve. Joe Louis into the castle section, maker or breaker, and he gets it through very nicely indeed. On the absolute limit there he was, but didn't make a mistake there, absolutely nailed it. So just the final sets to go now for Joe Louis. Pick your braking point through here. It's a tricky one. You're turning as you're braking. It's not an easy one at all. Clips the curb, stays out of the wall. Beautifully done. Let's see what the top right hand corner is saying here for Joe Louis. Currently a 1/10.5 up still. So on course to move on to the front row of the grid as things stand. But you've seen how on the limit Joe Louis has been over the course of this lap, but he's still nowhere near the likes of Shane, who's currently on provisional pole. So just goes to show what a lap Shane has done to be on a 38.6, but Joe Louis nonetheless to the line, and let's see what he's able to put on the board here as he comes over now. And it's second place there for Joe Louis at the moment, currently 6.5 off of the provisional pole time there being set by Shane, but ahead of Ocean Blade by less than 1/10 of a second, who's now out there trying to improve. Jordan Hillier has improved to P5, but is that going to be the summit of his expectations here tonight? Who else is on a lap? Wes is just coming through into towards the final sector, a 10th up in the middle sector, but he tagged the wall there as he went through that section, which is a difficult one. Obviously the braking zone, as I said earlier, you're turning as you're braking, it's not an easy one to nail at all. So Lates is done for the session, P4 at best for him, I think he's in the pits. Wes is coming through the final couple of corners now, with a 10th up through the middle sector, but we saw that contact into the wall a few moments ago, which could have potentially cost him the chance of moving up any positions here. Currently in P7, but half a second off of 4th place, only a 2/10 off of 6th, and Wes does improve up into 5th place, so found the time there. Despite that little contact into the wall, it didn't cost him any time. Blazer Guns is out there, so is Zainu. Richie Chapper as well, down in 9th place at the moment. My goodness, what's Glenn up to as he comes over the line? He goes into P2. Oh, look at that from Glenn. A peach of a lap there from Glenn. Onto the front row as things stand. Lovely job there from him. Joe Louis on an in lap. Ocean Blade is improving by 3/10 so far. As it stands, he'll be putting himself in P2. In fact, he could even challenge the pole sitter here because he's only, he's 4/10 up, nearly 4/10 up. Shane has just improved his lap ever so slightly, not by much, but Ocean Blade up towards the line. Can he get? I mean, he'll probably get on the front row. Surely he'll get on the front row. He does get on the front row, not by much though, and 6/10 behind Shane. So Shane, a resounding pole position there. Joe Louis into the pits. So Lates and Wes are done for the session. Jordan's also on an in lap. What about Blazer Guns? Up towards the line we go. P5 for Blazer Guns. Track is ramping up rapidly. Richie Chapper's done for the session. P7 at best for him. Zainu comes over, 9th place there for Zainu. As Jordan there is doing another lap. But P10 there for Jordan. So that is that then for qualifying here for Tier 3 for the TTRL League, the Talk Titans Racing League, and it's Shane who will be starting this one on pole with a very, very convincing pole position there by 6/10 of a second. So he's going to take some beating over the course of this race, but it'd be interesting to see what the likes of the chasing packs can do here tonight. I've certainly got my eye on Glenn starting directly behind the pole sitter in 3rd place, so we'll have to see. But Shane, Ocean Blade, Glenn and Joe Louis, the top 4 here for qualifying here for Tier 3 for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix here at the Talk Titans Racing League.